Have you ever felt like you are adding up new features to your product, but the user experience is not proportionally improving? Or you have collected data to perform an analysis, but you have collected too much of data and it's now becoming challenging to analyze the data and making sense of it? Well, chances are you are experiencing something called as law of diminishing returns. The law of diminishing returns is a concept that explains when we keep adding more and more resources to something, there comes a point where the benefit we get from adding more starts to become less and less. This means that adding more resources does not always lead to a proportional increase in the output or benefits. Let's see some of the examples in our daily work activities. Increase software testing efforts. Testing is an essential part of software development, but increasing the amount of testing or adding layers to it may not always lead to better software quality. At some point of time, the marginal benefit of additional testing may not justify the additional cost and the time required to perform it. Another example is increased software documentation efforts. Documenting software is an essential process to make it easier to understand, maintain, and update. However, increasing the amount of documentation or overdoing it can become overwhelming and reduce the overall effectiveness of the documentation itself. At some point of time, the marginal benefit of the additional documentation may not justify the additional cost and the time required to produce it and maintain it. Next is increased frequency of software releases. Releasing software updates frequently can improve the user experience and fix bugs quickly. However, there comes a peak point where releasing too frequently can negatively impact user experience due to the increased software frequency of change, the need to constantly update the software, and track, maintain multiple versions of the software releases. Increase frequency of project meetings. Meetings are essential for project coordination and communication, but increasing their frequency can sometimes hinder the progress. When meeting becomes too frequent, they can take up valuable work time, cause unnecessary interruptions, and can lead to decision fatigue. Another example is increased level of customization or over standardization. Customizing the project to meet the specific requirements can sometimes be necessary, but there comes a point where increasing customization can become counterproductive. Customization requires additional resources, time, effort, and it can lead to a decrease in the project's efficiency and overall effectiveness. Same goes for standardization. We all know the benefits of it, but overdoing it can lead to increased documentation, more resources, more versions, and in turn, high cost of maintaining it.